Just behind me here is the Sandbanks ferry, taking passengers across the channel to Sandbanks, the start and the end of the Southwest Coast Path. A 630-mile trail goes all the way around Dorset, Devon, Cornwall, and finishes up in Minehead in Somerset. That is a trail for another day. Today we're heading east towards Lymington for the start of the South Coast hike. Alright, so if you're a long time viewer of the channel, you know that I've covered Sandbanks in the past. It was a lot sunnier then, a bit gloomy today. It's meant to brighten up shortly. You might remember it's a very rich place. It's got some of the highest real estate property prices in the whole of Europe. Some of the examples here. So we've got a hike of about 22 miles today, guys. We're going to be heading right through Bournemouth, right through Hengistbury Head, Milton On Sea, Barton, and stopping just short of Lymington, where we'll be finishing up tomorrow morning. I've already thought of a campsite for tonight. It's a bit sketchy, but it's very interesting, so I don't know if it's going to be doable. Keep fingers crossed, find out shortly. Well, yeah, there's not much I can say about Sandbanks. Sandy beaches. It's the summer holidays, so obviously I can't film too much for obvious reasons. Too many kids around. Looks a bit dodgy. So, controversial opinion, but this is probably the only reason that Bournemouth is better than Brighton or Portsmouth or Southampton. You just got this sandy beach that stretches on for miles. In Brighton you would not be able to have a football pitch like this on the beach. It's pure pebbles. Brighton does have beach volleyball courts, and they've had to import sand from somewhere and close it off. It's all fenced off. It just feels so unauthentic, if that's a word. Whereas here, all you'd need is some nets and away you go. But as for the town centre and the nightlife, Brighton wins hands down. Nice healthy lunch with a view. £8.50 for the fish goujons and chips. And that view, Bournemouth Pier over there, lovely. Absolutely mobbed out here today, guys, and this is a Monday. It's not even sunny.
Rolling now, ready to split. Go! 90 degrees of bank, hold 6G.
These are interesting, these little beach hut shack things. Seen better days though. Meet me where the sun touches the sea. Not the most specific meeting point. We're in Boscombe now, it's a bit quieter. The sun's still not out. This forecaster's got it completely wrong. Some more goats here, looking completely out of place here by the beach. This is what first time buyers are going to be buying in future. Can't afford a deposit on a house. Well, it's quite a grand entrance to Boscombe Pier, and it doesn't cost anything to walk on here. That's good. The bubble drum. Let's give it a go. Well, there's not too much going on at the end of the pier. We've got a nice view though. This is where we're heading, right down the end here to Hengistbury Head, right along the coast there. Check this out, we've got a electric beach barbecue. These two young ladies cooking up steaks here. Amazing, what a great idea. We're only a couple of miles past Bournemouth and it's much nicer now. A lot less people and the sun's out. Okay, 8.5 miles later since we left Sandbanks, we're now coming to the end of the promenade and we're coming into Hengistbury Head. I think that's how you say it. Nature reserve. It's also classified as an ancient monument. I don't know too much about it. I have been here before and it's really nice, but I don't know too much about it, so I'll put some information on the screen. We're going to be walking on sand now for a little while. Absolutely glorious day, look at this. Well, it's a bit cloudy that way, but we're going this way, so it's all good. Made it up to the top of Hengistbury Head. Got these views to reward us. Back over towards the Isle of Purbeck over there. Over towards Bournemouth and Sandbanks. Over there you've got Christchurch. And we want to be getting a ferry just across that tiny little bit of body of water there. There you go. Don't get many of them on coastal walks. Get to the chopper! Excellent views ahead of us now towards the Isle of Wight. Really nice visibility today, really clear. Just over here, if I'm not mistaken, this is where we get the ferry. Just over here. Right, that's ferry ride over then. Just another 10 miles to walk. One thing I've got to do first. I thought the walk would be quieter once I got out of Bournemouth. Boy, was I wrong. So the promenade was just about to end just here, so we're up here on the cliffs. I am very pleased to be away from Mudeford. It was pretty hectic down there. Continue up along the cliffs. Let's get one of these. This is about my 20th one today. Perfectly ripe and in season. Right, I've got two options here. The High Cliff Coast Path or Steps to the Beach. Now the coast path, that leads to a castle, High Cliff Castle, which I would usually be tempted to check out, but just checked it and it closes at 4, and look at this for the time, 4 o'clock on the dot. So Steps to the Beach it is. For the most part now the sand has given away to the dreaded shingle, hiker's worst nightmare. Beginning to think maybe I should have stuck with the higher path. So let's get off this beach, see if we can find higher ground it's easier to walk on. Well folks, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Dorset is one of my favourite counties in England. I think today you've seen why these beautiful beaches. I mean, this is probably one of the worst beaches we've been on today. Fantastic countryside, great ice cream, great beer, but it's time to leave Dorset behind. Goodbye Dorset, we're crossing an invisible border into our next county, Hampshire. Let's go get it. Well folks, there's supposed to be a footpath going along here, but this sounds pretty sketchy. Landslides, cliff failures. Never heard of it called a failure before, but extensive areas of unstable ground and very soft mud. For your own safety, do not proceed beyond this point. So, we've come all this way. We haven't come all this way for nothing, guys. Can't see a way up onto the cliffs either, these sandstone cliffs. I mean, even if there was, it looks like they crumble away very easily. I've got to look for an alternative, guys. There was a couple just here. I think they just snuck up there, so yeah, there they go. So let's follow them. Well, that couple got part of the way and then chickened out, or made a sensible decision, depending on which way you look at it. So I've carried on alone, and seems alright. It's been hasn't rained much lately, so there's not much soft mud around. I think we're going to survive. But I was feeling quite pleased with myself because I made it down to that beach and it was all fine, all gravy, but now I'm back up here on the cliffs. I don't know where I'm going. So let's put these rocks here, that probably means do not pass. It's soft mud, it's not too bad. Made it to the other side, no problemo. Might have been a different story had it been raining last night. Looks like they really didn't want anyone coming down here. Let's have a look what this sign says. Oh yeah, it's the same stuff. Well, we made it. Danger, the cliff might erode. Yep. Yep. England coast path. Work is underway to create a new and permanent right of public access along the English coastline. Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. Good stuff. Right. Unstable cliff and beach erosion. Limited access. Yeah, there's people walking along there. Should be alright. It does look like some unstable cliff right there though, doesn't it? Found a way onto the cliffs. We'll finally leave that shingle behind. Hallelujah. Oh. It's a bit windier up here. Much nicer on the feet though. Now this is peak coastal hiking for me. Views for miles, sun on our backs, a nice quiet cliff top path. Oh yes, yes, we like this. Just heading through our last town of the day, Milton On Sea. Looks like quite a nice one. The Isle of Wight is getting ever closer. Not much walking left for the day now. .5 miles done, 1.5 miles to go. Unfortunately, as you might have heard already, it's on the dreaded shingle. I could walk along the sea wall there, but knowing me, I'd probably fall off. So where we're heading now, there's only two ways to get there. On foot, obviously, and the other way is by boat. The boats are finished for the day. But given how late in the day it is, 6:20 now, I don't think there'll be too many people heading down there. Because obviously you've got to get back. And walking on shingle is bad enough as it is, let alone in the dark. So I expect by the time I arrive, I'll be the only person there. Apart from there's one building, maybe even two buildings, that might be inhabited. But I'll show you that when we get there. So lovely walk on this bit of land here. You can see Keyhaven marshes, and just north of here would be the New Forest. And south of here we've got the Needles over there, the Isle of Wight, the town of Yarmouth. I think this point here, where we're going to be reaching pretty soon, is the closest place on the mainland to the Isle of Wight. I'll have to fact check that one. Well, we're here. That walk seemed to last forever, but I'm not too sure about this place. Now, this is Hurst Castle at the end of Hurst Spit. You can see we've got a bit fenced off up here. I'm just going to take a closer look. Right, that beach is closed. Won't get too close, I don't want to draw any unnecessary attention to myself. Yeah, access is not permitted for safety reasons. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, let's try around here then. There seem to be a few people milling about, which is a bit of a shame. It's a lot bigger than I expected. I'll tell you more about the place once we've had a look around. Well, this is the building I thought might be occupied, the lighthouse. I didn't realise there were these two cottages here as well. I expect they probably are inhabited. Well, I'm not feeling too hopeful at the moment. Look, danger, keep out. really don't want us getting on the beach. Alright, looks like we're going to have to do some rock climbing. Well, it's all fenced off along here and along here. The whole place is crumbling by the looks of it, falling apart. Well, never mind, we come and checked it out. Some of these old historical places, they do need to be repaired every now and again. It's just the way it is. It's not going to affect us camping. We're still going to find a good camping spot, I'm sure of it. So let me tell you a little bit about Hurst Castle then. So it was built between 1541 and 1544, just after Henry VIII fell out with the Pope after he annulled his marriage to Catherine of Aragon. So he built this in preparation for a war between the English and the French and the Holy Roman Empire. So this is a very strategically located castle. There weren't too many coastal defences in that time. Right here ahead of us, all of this is the Isle of Wight. There's another sort of garrison over there. That was built around the same time, but it was pretty much useless. And this channel here, where the English Channel becomes the Solent, which leads up to the very important ports, as they were then and they still are now, of Southampton and Portsmouth. After the English Civil War, King Charles I, not the Charles we've got in now obviously, was imprisoned here for a short time just before he got executed. He was refortified for the Napoleonic Wars, and then again in World War I and World War II. And 2023, well, it's in a bit of a sorry state at the moment, unfortunately. The lighthouse here was built 1867, still in active use. I don't know if there's a lighthouse keeper in there at the moment. So naturally I'd love to go in and have a look, but it's closed. £6 to get in unless you're a member of the English Heritage. Nice picture of it from above. That's where the boat goes. 10:30, I won't be waiting around till that time. Guys, you're going to hate me. In a minute's time you're going to be so disgusted with me, you're going to unsubscribe from my channel and pretend you never knew me. And I don't blame you when you see what I've got for dinner. I have grains, that's right, grains, zingy Korean style grains, and sardines. Tinned sardines in tomato sauce. That is my dinner. But hold on, it gets worse, it gets worse. To wash it down, I have Aunt Bessie's apple crumble and custard pale ale. Right, let's give this a shot. Bottoms up, Aunt Bessie. Cheers. That's not bad. It's like a sweet pale ale. Tastes nothing like apple crumble and custard. That's actually a lot better than I expected. Right, here goes. Get a load of that. Yum. Oh, God. Lovely. Well, at least I've got a nice beer to wash this down with. I'm not talking about the pale ale, that's gone already. Got another one. Sticky toffee pudding and custard porter. Oh yeah, pushing the boat out today. These come in a multi-pack, so I've got 2 more of these. Again, tastes nothing like sticky toffee pudding and custard. And it's porter, so it's black. It just tastes like porter. It's actually quite nice. I'm pleasantly pleased with these. I mean, they are very gimmicky and overpriced, but they're not as vile as I was expecting them to be. Hi folks, golden hour is upon us, so I'm going to turn you round and leave you with the sunset. I still haven't decided where I'm going to camp yet, so we'll work something out shortly. There's still a few people milling about. Right folks, it's obviously getting a bit dark now. It's also getting a little bit chilly. The lights are coming on over the lighthouse over there. There we go. I'm just waiting for this couple of dog walkers over here to Foxtrot Oscar. Then we can go set up camp somewhere. So I still don't know if anyone's in that lighthouse. I haven't actually seen anybody, and these cottages are both empty, so whether that's done sort of automatically, if the lights are just done remotely, or if it's just like a solar panel operated or something, I don't know. But well folks, I don't know what to do. The wind is coming directly onto the spit here from this direction, and it's a pretty fresh breeze as well, so it's a bit cold, and it's quite exposed here. I don't really want to go down there in the castle bit, as I've mentioned already, and I can't really go around the other side because of the lighthouse where I don't know if anyone's there or not, but I don't really want to risk it. Plus there's a few people fishing over there as well. I don't want to look too bait, pardon the pun. So what to do, where can I camp, let's swap that down here. No, that's rubbish, isn't it? Right, I'm going to have another look around the other side. I could just camp up here. I mean, that's it's not ideal, but you know, I could. It's just really exposed and quite windy. Let's have another look around to the other side of the lighthouse. Well folks, I think I found my spot. So I've come around to the other side of the spit. There's a lighthouse over there. There's a lone fisherman over there. I don't think he's going to care too much about me. Isle of Wight over there in the distance. That's the New Forest up there. That's where the sun went down. Little crescent moon you might be able to see there. And the castle. And back to the lighthouse. So this seems like probably the best spot. So this is where I'm going to crash until 6:30 in the morning when the sun comes up. Might be a bit earlier than that, I'm not entirely sure. I really don't think there's anyone in the lighthouse. The only light that I see coming on is the light alerting the ships going past. Aside from that, there's no lights on in either of the cottages or any of the other lights below deck or whatever you want to call it in the lighthouse. So I think it's just me and the fisherman. That plane just distracted me. So I'm going to set up camp and I will see you guys in the morning. Morning everyone. It's 6 o'clock. It's a bit fresh. The sun's coming up, so I better get moving. Right, coming in. Let's go. Well, good morning everyone. It's a bit gloomy today, a little bit fresh. You can see a lot of cloud going on, a bit of a breeze. So this is what I got for breakfast. Apple, banana, some hobnob flapjack bars and a peanut butter little bar. Probably won't eat all of those. Who am I kidding? I probably will. Some water, frappuccino, and got some hot water on the go there as well to get a hot coffee. Not far to go, so we've got about a mile and a half down the spit along the shingle, the dreaded shingle, and then we'll be heading round into the New Forest, across the marshes, over to Lymington, where this section will end. Well then, it's time to say goodbye to Hurst Castle and the lighthouse and the incredible views over to the Isle of Wight, and back out onto the shingle. Right, so it's 7:45 and got a tent set up here. Obviously this guy's fishing, and I don't think anyone ever seems to have a problem with people setting up camp and fishing throughout the night. So I always wonder why I'm creeping around so much to wild camp. Obviously if I get moved on, I get moved on, and then it doesn't become a legal matter, or even a civil matter for that matter. That feels nice to be off the shingle. Hello birdies. I head up this road here now, I believe. Lighthouse and the castle look a long way off across the marshes. Also on the camping theme, here we go, more campers. Some seriously dramatic skies over there by the castle on the Isle of Wight. And so we're in Keyhaven now. This is I think this is where you get the boat to Hurst Castle. 3-hour mackerel sightseeing charters. Ah, here's the boat. Hurst ferry. Yes, this little thing here. It's a really nice walk along the marshes, seeing all kinds of bird life that I couldn't tell you what they were. I'm not an avian expert. Turned into a nice morning too. Really nice section this. We've got these marshes and the sea and the Isle of Wight on this side. Got a bit more marshland and the New Forest spread out in front of us. So yesterday I mistakenly said that Yarmouth was somewhere back over there, but I think that's it over there. And I tell you what, the weather over here looks a lot nicer than it does over there on the Isle of Wight. And you know you're in the New Forest when you see the wild horses. Yet another Isle of Wight ferry heading elegantly from Lymington to Yarmouth. Look at this inflatable obstacle course. I want to go. That looks fun. So that was a lovely few miles walking across the marshes there. We're now at Lymington town train station where the video ends. Next time we're going to be heading across the New Forest, as close to the coast as we can, but it's going to be very foresty the next one. Over to Hythe, where we'll be getting a ferry over to Southampton. So stay tuned for that segment. Thank you for joining me on this one, and I'll see you soon.